Close your eyes, breathe in slowly, and allow your shoulders to drop, your chest to soften, and your thoughts to settle like dust on a quiet morning road. Imagine yourself standing at the doorway of another world, a world designed only for peace, strength, and clarity. You are not rushing. You are not fighting. You are simply stepping into a journey where each moment is crafted to heal, to calm, and to remind you of the quiet strength that already lives within you. Every breath you take will be like a wave washing away the noise of the outside world. And as we move through these 20 scenes together, you will find yourself drifting deeper, not into sleep, but into a sharper awareness of life's beauty, its simplicity, and the Stoic truth that serenity does not come from the world outside, but from the world within. Now, let us begin. Picture yourself standing on an ancient stone bridge. Above you, a sky filled with endless stars, shimmering like a million candles scattered in the dark. The air is cool, carrying a soft breeze that brushes against your face. The stones beneath your feet are warm, as if they have carried the memory of countless travelers before you. Each step you take across this bridge echoes softly, as though the night itself is listening. You look to your left and see the river below, slow and calm, reflecting the stars above like a perfect mirror. For a moment, you cannot tell whether the stars are in the sky or resting in the water. The boundary between heaven and earth dissolves. You pause, you breathe. You place your hand on the old stone railing and feel its rough texture grounding you. Here, in this place, nothing can rush you. Nothing can disturb the silence except your own thoughts, and even they begin to soften. A whisper seems to rise from the stones themselves, carrying a Stoic truth. You are but a traveler beneath the infinite. Do not waste your time chasing what is beyond your control. Instead, walk with calm, knowing that the stars will shine whether you worry or not. The bridge stretches endlessly, and yet you feel no fear of the distance. With each step, your mind becomes lighter, your chest opens, and you realize this walk is not about reaching the other side. It is about learning to walk in peace. You remain here, standing in the silence of the starlit bridge, breathing with the universe, letting time dissolve into eternity. You step off the bridge and find yourself at the edge of a forest. The sky is painted in soft hues of early dawn, golden light spilling between tall ancient trees, as if the earth itself is waking up for the first time. The air smells of pine and fresh earth, rich and grounding. A thin mist dances among the roots, curling upward, illuminated by the soft morning light. Each inhale fills you with calm. Each exhale releases yesterday's burdens. You walk slowly along a dirt path, each step cushioned by fallen leaves. Birds begin to stir, their songs weaving together into a chorus that feels older than memory itself. Somewhere nearby, water drips from a leaf, the sound echoing like a bell in the stillness. The trees here are not just trees, they are guardians. They have witnessed storms and seasons, life and loss, yet they stand tall, unmoved by chaos. Their wisdom seeps into you. Be like the tree, rooted in values, reaching toward the light, yet patient with time. You pause, placing your palm against the bark of one ancient oak. Its surface is rough yet alive, pulsing with history. You realize, even in silence, life speaks. Even in stillness, growth is happening. The forest teaches you not to rush your own dawn. Everything blooms at its own time. And so you breathe with the forest, steady, patient, eternal dot. As you continue, the forest opens and you find yourself. standing before a wide, slow-moving river. The surface glimmers with the reflection of the morning sky, smooth and unbroken like glass. The air carries the scent of water, cool and refreshing. You kneel by the riverbank, dipping your fingers into the water. It is cold yet soothing, as though it carries away all that you do not need. The ripples spread outward, erasing your touch within seconds. The lesson is clear. Everything you cling to will eventually dissolve into the current of time. You sit by the bank, watching the water flow. Each wave carries stories you will never know, yet the river does not resist. It simply moves forward, carving valleys and nourishing life, all without complaint. A thought rises in your mind. Like the river, flow with what comes. Do not fight every current. Strength is not in resistance, but in allowing life to move through you without destroying your peace. You close your eyes and imagine yourself as the river. The worries that once felt heavy begin to drift away like fallen leaves. You do not need to hold them. You do not need to stop them. You simply let them float downstream. The sound of the water becomes your breath. Inhale, the river flows in. Exhale, the river carries out your burdens. You are no longer just sitting by the river. You are the river itself, calm, endless, free. The path carries you forward until you step into a hidden garden. The air here is fragrant with blooming flowers, jasmine, lavender, and roses, all blending into a soft, soothing perfume. A stone path winds between small ponds where koi fish swim lazily, their movements painting ripples across the still water. You walk slowly, your footsteps barely making a sound. Wind chimes hang from the branches above, ringing gently whenever the breeze passes, as if the garden itself is breathing with you. In the center of the garden rests a stone bench. You sit, feeling its cool surface grounding you. The silence here is not empty. It is full, alive, nourishing. Every sound, the buzzing of a bee, the flutter of wings, the faint trickle of a fountain, becomes part of a symphony that calms your heart. The garden whispers, silence is not the absence of life. It is the fullness of presence. It is where you hear not the world, but yourself. Asterisk, you close your eyes. The fragrance of flowers deepens your breath. The sounds of water guide your thoughts into stillness. You realize the world does not always need your reaction. Sometimes the greatest strength is to sit quietly, as the garden does, and simply be. Beyond the garden, the land begins to rise. You find yourself walking up a winding path, climbing higher with each step. The air grows thinner, cooler, sharper. You look around and see the vast world spreading out beneath you. Forests, rivers, valleys, all stretching toward the horizon. The path is steep, but you are steady. Every step reminds you that life's challenges are not walls meant to stop you, but mountains meant to strengthen you. Your legs ache, your breath deepens, but you climbed up finally, you reach the summit. The peak is solid stone, unshaken by wind or storm. You stand tall, the cold air rushing past you, filling your lungs with power. From here, the world looks small, yet beautiful, a reminder that perspective changes everything. The mountain speaks, be as I am, unshaken by storm, unmoved by fear. What comes, comes, what goes, goes, yet I remain. You place your hand on the stone and feel its strength. You realize that within you too, there is a mountain, steady, immovable. Come, you are not fragile. You are not easily broken. You're a vast, enduring, eternal dot. You close your eyes at the summit, breathing with the mountain, feeling your own resolve harden into peace. Asterisk, you descend from the mountain and soon hear the sound of water again, a rhythm older than words. Path opens, and you stand on a wide shore where waves roll in and out with patient grace. The sand is soft beneath your feet, warm from the sun, yet cool where the waves kiss it. The ocean stretches endlessly, meeting the sky at the horizon in a seamless embrace. Every wave rises with energy, then falls back, surrendering itself to the sea. You walk slowly along the shore, leaving footprints that are quickly erased by the tide. It is a gentle reminder. Nothing you create in this world is permanent. Not footprints, not possessions, not worries. The tide cleanses all. You pause and close your eyes. The sound of waves becomes your heartbeat. The salty breeze fills your lungs. The rhythm of the sea whispers, rise and fall without fear. For even in surrender there is peace. You watch the waves crash, strong, loud, then dissolve into silence, and you realize life too is a cycle. We rise, we fall, we rise again. The shore accepts it all without judgment. Here, standing with your toes in the surf, you let the ocean wash over not just your feet, but your soul. You are cleansed. You are a renewed dot as the day fades. You discover a narrow path leading into the side of a rocky cliff. You enter, and the air grows cooler, the sounds of the outside world fading until only silence remains inside. The cave glows faintly, not from sunlight, but from a fire deep within. A single flame burns steadily in the center of the cavern, its light dancing across the stone walls. You approach, feeling its warmth brush against your skin. This is not an ordinary fire. It is the flame of your spirit, quiet yet unextinguished, fragile yet unbreakable. No storm outside can touch it. No darkness can smother it. You sit before it, letting its warmth seep into your body. The fire whispers, the strength you seek has always been inside you. It is not given by the world, nor taken away by it. It is yours, eternal. You realize that the flame does not fight the darkness, it simply shines. You do not need to shout to be strong. You do not need to control others to have power. True strength is steady, consistent, and silent, like this fire. You close your eyes and imagine the flame moving into your chest, igniting a calm energy that will never go out. You rise from the cave with new warmth glowing inside you. You step out of the cave and find yourself walking into a vast open field. Tall golden grass sways gently in the evening wind, each stalk shimmering like liquid sunlight. The sky above glows orange and pink as the sun begins to sink. The field stretches endlessly with no path, no boundaries, just openness. You walk slowly, the grass brushing against your hands, its whispering sound soothing your mind. There are no distractions here, no noise, no demands, just the vastness of being. The field invites you to stop, to breathe, to exist without needing to move anywhere. You sit in the middle of the golden expanse, the earth soft beneath you. As the wind moves through the grass, it creates a sound like ocean waves, a natural lullaby that draws you deeper into calm. The stillness here is not empty. It is full of life, of breath, of quiet power. And in this silence, a truth rises. Happiness is not in chasing more. It is in resting in what already is. You lean back into the grass, letting it hold you, and feel the weight of the world dissolve. In this field, You are free. You are enough dot as twilight descends. You see a soft glow on the horizon, a temple standing quietly at the edge of the field. Its white stone walls reflect the last light of the day, and its wooden doors stand open, welcoming you. You step inside, and a wave of calm envelops you. The air is cool, scented with incense. Candles flicker gently, their flames bowing as though in silent prayer. The floor is smooth beneath your feet, grounding you with every step. The temple is empty, yet alive with presence. You walk toward the center where a simple cushion awaits. You sit, folding your legs, closing your eyes down in the silence. There is no demand, no question, no expectation, only stillness. The walls seem to breathe with you, expanding as you inhale, softening as you exhale. The temple whispers, peace is not a place. It is a practice. Carry it wherever you go. You sit longer, allowing thoughts to come and go like clouds drifting across the sky. No resistance, no attachment. Just breath, just awareness, just peace. When you rise, you realize the temple was never outside of you. It was always within. The temple doors open again and you step outside. The night has fully arrived, and the sky above is vast, infinite, alive with stars. They shine brighter now than before, as though the universe itself has been waiting for you. You lie back in the grass, staring upward. The cool earth supports you. The night air fills your lungs. The stars stretch endlessly, reminding you how small your worries are, how brief your fears, how eternal your soul. Here, under the infinite sky, you realize the journey was never about reaching a final destination. It was about remembering who you are, a being of strength, of calm, of peace. The sky whispers, you are not lost. You are not broken. You are part of this vastness, eternal and free. You breathe slowly, deeply, allowing the starlight to fill you with serenity. You are complete. You are home.o. Leave the temple behind and follow a narrow trail that leads you into a dense forest. The trees rise high above, their trunks ancient, their roots deep in the soil. The air here is cool and rich with the scent of pine and moss dot. As you walk deeper, the forest comes alive. Leaves rustle overhead, branches creak, and somewhere far away an owl calls out. Yet the sounds are not noise, they are music. Every rustle, every whisper is part of a greater harmony. You stop, placing your hand against the bark of a tree. Its surface is rough, textured by years of storms and seasons. You realize how long it has stood here, enduring wind, rain, and fire, yet still it grows. Reaching upward toward the light, the forest whispers, strength is not in resisting storms, but in allowing them to shape you. You keep walking until you find a clearing where shafts of sunlight break through the canopy. The light filters down, painting golden patterns on the earth. You sit here, feeling the life of the forest surround you. Every breath you take seems to join the breath of the trees. Time slows. You realize you are not walking through the forest. The forest is walking through you. Leaving the clearing, you hear the gentle sound of flowing water. You follow it until you find a river winding through the forest, its surface sparkling like liquid glass. You kneel by the bank, dipping your hands into the cool water. It flows easily around your fingers, never resisting, never clinging. It simply moves forward, carrying leaves, branches, and reflections of the sky. You sit at the edge, watching the river. Every ripple, every current is a reminder. Life flows. You cannot step into the same river twice, for both you and the river are always changing. You see your reflection in the water, wavering, shifting with the current. It reminds you that the self you cling to, your fears, your name, your image, is not fixed. You too are always flowing, always becoming. You close your eyes listening to the water's endless murmur. Its patience humbles you. It does not hurry, yet it reaches the ocean. It does not resist obstacles, yet it shapes mountains. When you rise, you realize the lesson is clear. Live like the river. Flow gently, steadily, without fear. As you follow the river's edge, you come upon a wooden bridge stretching across its width. The bridge sways slightly in the wind, suspended between the two banks. Crossing it requires trust in the bridge, in your balance, in yourself. You place your first step carefully, the wood creaking beneath you. The river rushes below, fast and wild, yet you keep moving, one step at a time. With each step, you feel a shift inside you. Balance is not the absence of movement, but the mastery of it. Halfway across, you pause. The river roars beneath, the forest hums around you, the wind moves across your skin. You realize balance is not about stillness, but about harmony, walking forward even when the world moves beneath your feet. The bridge whispers, "Do not fear uncertainty. Life sways, but you will not fall if you trust your steps." You continue, step by step, until you reach the other side. And as you step onto solid ground, you know that balance is not something you find once. It is something you practice every moment. On the far bank, you notice a tall stone tower rising above the trees. Its ancient walls are weathered, its surface covered in ivy. Curious, you enter through a narrow door and begin climbing the spiral staircase inside. With every step, your breath echoes softly off the walls. The higher you climb, the more the sound transforms, until it feels as if the tower itself is breathing with you. Finally, you reach the top. From here, the world stretches out in every direction. Forests, rivers, mountains, valleys. The air is thin, and every sound you make carries far into the distance. You call out softly, and the tower returns your voice, reshaped, softened. Realize everything you put into the world comes back to you. Your words, your actions, your energy, they echo, returning in ways you may not expect. The tower whispers, "Speak with kindness, act with wisdom, live with care." For all returns. Like an echo, you sit in silence at the top, feeling the vastness below you. And in that silence, you hear not only your own voice, but the echo of the universe itself. As dusk falls again, you descend the tower and find a small lantern waiting for you at its base. It glows with a warm golden light, illuminating the path. Ahead, you pick it up, feeling its gentle weight in your hand. The lantern is small, yet its light cuts through the darkness with ease. You realize you don't need to see the entire road, only the next few steps. Walking through the forest at night, the lantern becomes your companion. Shadows retreat as you move, yet beyond the light, the unknown remains. And that is enough. You do not need certainty to move forward. You need only trust in the light you carry. The lantern whispers, "Be the light." For yourself, for others. Even a small flame can guide through great darkness. You walk on, the lantern lighting each step, reminding you that wisdom is not about knowing everything. It is about carrying just enough light to move forward. The forest trail slowly opens into a vast shoreline. Before you stretches the endless ocean, its horizon melting into the sky. Waves rise and fall in a rhythm as old as time, their whispers. Filling the air you step onto the cool sand, feeling it give beneath your feet. The ocean seems alive, breathing, pulsing, eternal. You watch the waves approach and retreat, never ending, never tiring. You walk closer until the water kisses your toes. The waves are cool, soothing, yet powerful. Each one carries a message. Everything rises, everything falls. Nothing lasts forever, and yet nothing is ever truly gone. You sit at the edge of the tide, letting the waves wash gently over you. They come, they go, and yet the ocean remains whole. You realize that you too are like the ocean. Life brings moments that rise and moments that fall, but beneath it all, your essence remains vast, still. Unshaken the ocean whispers, be like me. Calm on the surface, deep and infinite within. Night falls, and on the shore, you find a circle of stones containing a fire. Its flames dance wildly, casting golden light into the darkness. You sit near it, feeling its warmth touch your skin. The fire crackles, sending sparks into the night. Sky. You stare into its heart, watching wood become flame, flame become smoke, smoke become air. Transformation. Nothing is lost, only changed. You place a dry branch into the flames, watching it catch and glow. You reflect on your own life, fears, mistakes, doubts. What if, like the wood, they too could burn away, transforming into something new? The fire whispers, do not cling to what no longer serves you. Let it burn, let it transform. As you sit, the flames seem to cleanse not only the night, but your mind. Old worries dissolve, replaced with warmth, clarity, and renewal. You realize transformation is not destruction. It is liberation. At dawn, you leave the shore and find yourself at the base of a towering mountain. Its peak pierces the clouds, majestic and silent. The climb ahead seems impossible, yet something within urges you to begin. Step by step, you ascend. The path is steep, your breath heavy, your body tired. Yet with each step, you feel stronger. Obstacles appear, loose rocks, narrow ledges, biting winds, but you continue. Halfway up, you pause and look back. The world stretches beneath you, rivers, forests, oceans. Every struggle has carried you higher, given you a wider view. Mountain whispers, greatness is not in reaching the top, but in refusing to stop climbing. Hours pass, and at last you reach the peak. Clouds part, and sunlight floods the summit. You stand there, feeling the vast sky wrap around you. The struggle was not easy, but it was worth every step. You realize the mountain is not just outside. It is within you. At the summit, night falls again. You lie on the ground, looking up at a sky filled with stars. Millions of them scattered like diamonds across the infinite dark. The vastness humbles you. For the first time, you feel how small you are, yet not insignificant. You are part of this infinite sky, a spark of the same cosmos. You watch a shooting star blaze across the horizon. Its light brief yet beautiful. You realize that surrender is not defeat. It is recognizing you are part of something greater, something eternal. The sky whispers, let go of control. You are not the center of the universe, but you are woven into its fabric. As you breathe beneath the endless stars, you feel peace unlike any before. To surrender is to belong. To belong is to be free. Slowly, the horizon brightens. The first Light of dawn paints the sky in shades of gold and rose. The world awakens again, just as it has for eternity. You stand at the mountain's edge, watching the sun rise. The light touches the forests, the rivers, the ocean, and at last, it warms your face. You realize your journey is complete. You have walked through stillness, through storms, through fire, through shadows. You have learned to flow like the river, to endure like the tree, to shine like the lantern, to surrender like the sky. Now it is time to return, not to escape the world, but to live within it more deeply. To carry these lessons not as memories, but as light, the dawn whispers, do. Not seek peace only in journeys, carry it within you. Become the sunrise for others,